Hello. Good evening. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? Hello. Just waiting for some more people to join us. I'm trying. Just waiting for some more people to join us. I know I might not get many people tonight because Tobago Panorama is happening right now. So we will see what happens. Hello, good evening. Happy Monday. Just waiting for a few more people to join us. Oh, people are watching that, trust me. Hello. Good evening. Good to see you too. Jamaicans are in Trinidad right now, actually. Playing in Panorama, so they're there. Share the live. I'm just waiting for some more people, seeing what numbers we can get. And if we don't get enough people, I'll try again maybe next week. How was everyone's weekend? How was everyone's Monday? Good, survived. That's good. I'll give it a few more minutes to see if we get any more people in here. Still in the office at 5 p.m. You should be at home. How was everyone's Monday? We'll get there eventually? Okay. Are you almost done at least? Hello. We're just going to wait for a few more minutes. And if we don't get enough people, then I'll come off and maybe try again next week. As I said a little bit earlier. So just waiting. I'm not even close to being done. All right then. like I said, it's Tobago Panorama, so a lot of people are watching that right now. Hello, Andre. Welcome in, welcome in. Just waiting for a few people. If I don't get enough people, then I'll come off. Morning, sorry. Good morning. But like I said, Tobago Panorama or prelims are happening right now. So I know. So I know a lot of people are tuning into that right now. I thought I'd give it a try, see if we can have a good conversation with a few people, but you know. I know prelims are important. So I'll wait for a bit. Give people some time to join us, and if I don't get enough, then I'll try again next week. How was your weekend? How was your Monday? Hello. Good morning, good evening, good night. Thought I'd try coming on, seeing what would happen. And like I said, Tobago prelims are tonight. If I don't get enough people in like the next few minutes here, I'll probably come off and try again next week or the following week. We'll see. How was your weekend? How was your Monday? I'm not sure. I think there's one more tonight. Or not tonight, this week. I could be wrong. But we'll see. I honestly lost track of all the prelims. Lost track. I don't even know. I know they're in Tobago because someone told me they're going to Tobago for prelims. So that's the only reason why I knew. Hello, Fidel. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. How was your weekend? How was your Monday? If there's anything you guys want to talk about, you can let me know. I know there's a few comments in some pan chats that I saw. There was one about busy. That's good. That's good. Hello. There was one question that happened to show up recently was bands that play songs that have melody, that are melodic, usually win. What are your thoughts? You let me know what your thoughts on that is. If you guys want to join the chat, let me know. Or join the live, I mean. Andre said if the melody is known, perhaps. Okay. Do you want to expand on that? You're camera shy? That's okay. Depends on the era of pan. Okay. So play something that is newer, or play something that is like in that year. Andre said, currently it's not about melody per se, it's about the performance and popularity of the tune. Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But how much does the performance matter? Or is it more popularity? Is it more popularity or more the performance, or is it a bit of both? Fidel said, I'm with Andre, popular melodies would be more easy to follow due to familiarity. Okay. Okay. So Fidel, you're saying that the popularity is over the performance. Andre said, plus currently melodies are short and sweet, and that comes across the genres of music. There's a change. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to raise the question again. Does performance matter? Or okay. Lane said performance for sure. Does performance matter, or does popularity matter more? What are your guys' thoughts? I'm going to ask that question again. If you guys want to join the live and talk about it, you're more than welcome to. Popularity plays a role in picking the tune. Performance comes after. Okay. Absolutely, popularity over performance. Okay. Okay. That is fair. That is fair. So, this year, for a large band, I noticed, I think 2 or 3 bands are playing Cocoa Tea. So do you think those 3 bands will become like first, second, third? Or do you think the performance of those songs will dictate where they land? If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Ben just said he learned a few new songs. I feel like every time you're on here, you learn some new songs. That's amazing. Andre says, which bands are playing because their popularity in music and popularity in the band that's playing the tune. Okay. Lane says performance and then popularity. I'll die on that hill. That's funny. Let me find out who's playing what, just to, because I don't want to be wrong. If someone knows off the top of their head, let me know. Because I know I saw it, and then I forgot. Let's see if I can find it. Lainey might be alone on that very small hill. Okay, so phase 2 is playing Pan and Soca. Renegades is playing Bet Me. Desperados is playing Cocoa Tea. Tropical is playing Cocoa Tea, and I know there's another band playing Cocoa Tea. I can't remember. They didn't list it yet. But those are the two bands that are playing Cocoa Tea right now. Andre said, meh. No shade. No, that's fair. That's fair. We all know that the top 5 are going to be in, the top 5. It's just a given. But if they were playing a different song, do you think they would still be there? Regardless, if they were playing a song that wasn't popular. Andre says, in that case, it's going to depend on what they do with that song. Okay. Okay. Ben just said he learned espresso on steel, on pan. That's good. Andre said, if they are handing out free Milo, now we're talking. Okay. What if they were? What if they were? What are your guys' favorite songs for pan at the moment? What are your guys' songs? The performance some had into play. Okay. Antics. Okay. Okay. I had a conversation with someone not too long ago about everyone sounding like one person. No one has their own individuality yet. Like, everyone sounds the same. There's a few people, don't get me wrong, that have their own style, which I'm so happy for. But with everyone sounding the same, is it going to be hard to differentiate the songs? Saying, like, because the arrangement technique is going to be the same. So is that going to be harder to judge? Ricardo said, bands aren't doing themselves playing unpopular music, no matter how melodic. Okay. Okay. But what if they arranged it amazingly? Even though it may not be popular, but the way they arranged it and the audience knows what song they're playing, they may have something. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Boom, performance, and Yell agrees. To a point. You have, like, the players have to show that they're having fun playing that song. It has some, I wouldn't say it's over popularity, but it has something. You guys are funny. I'm trying to think what else came up. But yeah, I asked earlier. A lot of arrangements are starting to sound the same. Andre said, I may not have any who agrees. But the song with the most potential this year is Mask Go Play by Efren Alves. Okay. Ricardo said, management, your insights are welcome. Masco Play. I'm not sure if I heard that one yet. I'm gonna have to take a listen to that. Or maybe I haven't. I just haven't been paying attention. I've been doing that a lot lately. But I will definitely take a listen to that. Hello, good evening, good evening. It's great? Okay. I'll definitely take a listen after this. But yeah, I think I asked like 2 questions. What are your favorite Pan songs for Pan this year? And the next one was a lot of the arrangements are starting to sound similar. So how are the judges gonna differentiate scoring? Like who's gonna be first, who's gonna be second, especially if they all sound the same. Bands are slowly coming out with their list. We'll see what happens. Andre says, well, unfortunately, bands no longer have their own identity. 100%. Do I think the results are accurate? Not all the time. Majority of the time, no. Andre said, arrangers are following and no longer being innovative and intentive. Yeah, I agree. Are they all playing the same songs? No, there's a couple bands playing the same song. But what I'm saying is that when you listen to them, the arrangements sound the same. Like, the intros are similar. I wouldn't say it's a different song, but if you hear the cadence of the arrangements, they sound very similar. In that sense, is what I'm saying. You can tell when the back is gonna drop out. You can tell when the tenors have their little, I wouldn't say solo, but their little part. You can tell when the bass line has their part going. It's very similar. And why do you think all the arrangers are following each other? Is it because they know if they go that route, they're gonna sound the same? Or if they go that route, they know they're gonna win, is what I mean. That's what I meant. If they all go with that winning, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. But yeah, it's the notes all over the place. Speed over the top performances, but again, it's par for the course now. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Notes are all over the place. That is very true. Half the time you don't even, what upsets me is that half the time I forget what song they were playing. And then when they come, sometimes I don't even go back to the song at the end. I completely forget what song they were playing until I go back and re-listen. That all said, I think they're using similar techniques because the lack of better words, almost their formula. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. It's the winning formula, and that's what they want to go by. Andre says, I remember bands would literally try to do things different to other bands if everyone moves quick is move if everyone moving quickly, we got to move slow. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like that one way is the way to go, but they're all, you can literally close your eyes and you would swear you're listening to the same arranger. It's quite interesting. I'm interested to see what this year is gonna be like. Thematic development is gone. Theme and variations is gone. Yeah. Rastrogami says that the results won't reflect that. That all says if there's a formula, though, that almost leads to predictability. Exactly. It's very predictable. You listen to any arrangement, and you can be like, okay, the bass line's going to come in right now, or the tenors is going to do this right now. And it's just, it's quite annoying. As Rastrogami said, the shock factor is gone. He didn't, yeah, the shock factor is not there anymore. You just know what to expect. So it's, Panorama is not what it used to be anymore, especially when everyone sounds the same. Yeah. Who is the biggest, whose sound is the biggest and have the most bacchanal on stage? That I do not know. That I do not know. But also, it also isn't encouraging when judges don't acknowledge the brilliance in arrangers being different. Phase two for the past few years is a perfect example. I agree. I agree. I said this comment, I think, a while back. Do you think we should go back to bands making a song for themselves? Not going with a popular song, but a song like what Bootsy has been doing for the last few years. Do you think bands should go back to doing that? It's only Phase that does that, yes. But do you think other bands should start doing that? Playing an unfamiliar song opens up possibilities of trying new things. 100%. 100%. Yes, but I don't know if you saw, I just saw a comment saying when bands have no sponsorship, the politics change. Yes, but correct me if I'm wrong. Um, the tourism board of Trinidad and Tobago gave money to bands to help them pay for arrangers and their players. So they're getting money. They just need to use the money correctly. Andre said, no other band except for Professor Fillmore composes and arranges. And Bugsy, yeah. Fidel said, just to make two separate competitions at this point, one with familiar selection and another with original composition. I think I saw someone in a comment on Facebook saying that needs to come back. Have two separate songs, one that's everyone knows and one that the arranger composed or someone composed for that band. Have a good night, Fidel. It was good. It was a great conversation. But that comment was addressed that there should be two songs. Should be an original and a popular song. Keep saying Pantrambago is not for the players, it's for the bands. In what way? How is Pantrambago helping the bands? Because I feel like Pantrambago is a different entity. In the way I'm saying that is that Pantrambago can only do so much. The bands have to take accountability and do what they need to do to represent their own players. Pantrambago can't do that. They can't. They can't help. I don't know how many players there are in every single in the band community as a whole. Each band has to take accountability for their own players. Andre said it's up to the bands to represent the players. Panther and Bagel is busy running festivals. My point exactly. Everyone has to take accountability. Panther and Bagel can only do so much. Panther and Bagel is making a platform for the bands to perform at. The bands have to take accountability for representing their players. Who's stopping the players? I've seen a couple players play for like 6 bands already. Andre says, but they have helped in that there are more opportunities for players to perform. 100%. 100%. I've seen a few band players play at like bank openings, Christmas parties, weddings. Um, they're doing their own thing. So if a player wants to get paid and take Pan seriously, they're gonna have to find their own way. Andre says the Pan season has been stretched and a lot long sorry and a lot longer, allowing people to play for multiple bands now. That's what I'm saying. I already saw like few Pan players play for a few people already, a few bands already. So yeah. But they are getting paid. From my understanding, all the players are getting paid. Okay, Andre is validating my point. The players are getting paid. So if you decide to play that for that one band, you may get I don't know. I don't know how much they're paying. $500. I don't know. Andre says, especially these young people, they are not going to put in the work nowadays and not get compensated. Exactly. Tijuana says, Trinidad is very saturated with panis. I have a panis. You really have to put yourself out there to have consistent gigs, both as solo panis and as a steel band or stage size. But yes. See, everyone's validating my point. I love this. It is oversaturated, and yes, you do have to put yourself out there. It's the same thing with Toronto. Toronto, you have to put yourself out there because again, there are a lot of amazing pan players in Toronto. So you have to do what you can do to stick out and be original and get paid for gigs. And the other thing I've also talked about on here was since Trinidad and Toronto and I don't know the States is oversaturated, you all have to charge the same amount of money. You can't be undercutting people. You can't. You can't. It's not fair to anyone. Pantrambago hasn't stopped players from playing more than one band. They've never done that. I'm telling you right now, from since single pan to small band, I've seen 2 to 3 players play for 6 different bands. I'm telling you right now. That's what I've seen. So they're not stopping anyone um, from playing more bands. Andre said, "I'm not sure Pan Trimbago is preventing people from playing with multiple bands. That was a thing some years ago, but I don't think that's accurate anymore. Yeah, it, it's not. And it doesn't matter if you play in one or multiple, you're still getting paid. Hello, Sherwin. Good evening. We're just talking about, we're actually talking about a lot of things. The same amount. Everyone gets the same amount. Where are you getting this information from? I agree. Because as far as I know and from what I've heard, everyone's getting paid the exact same amount. You can play for as many bands as you want, and you're still getting paid as a normal player. So it's just interesting that you think that they can't play. Happy New Year. I'm trying to say Happy New Year because we're like, what, in week 3? Week 2, week 3? But yeah, Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Hopefully you had a good one. Because they're not willing to go through the hassle of having to put a register fake names with multiple bands. No, people are putting their names in. And when you see them, you know who they are, so they can't hide. They're always in front. They're always in front. I don't I don't know their names per se, but I know their faces, and I've seen them with so many bands already. So they can't hide. They're not in prelims. You don't see them in prelims, but you'll see them in like the semis. Jimmy says only reason band stops playing with bands is that it have to be more than just them going to beat Pan something or Fallout happening because men and women get paid right now. Jimmy also said, I know man right now is playing 15 bands and getting paid alongside a team of 20. That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing the same faces literally playing with every band. Literally. And I've seen this for years now. Okay, can I ask, Grammy, can I ask you, who's telling you this? That's my question to you. Who's giving you this information? Who's the player? What's his name? If you don't mind me asking. I won't say it online. You can put it in the group, but I won't say it online. Toy, how are you? Good night. It was a thing long ago, and like Andre said, and people used to use the ID cards of others to get paid. It was a long time ago, but you can't forget faces. Jimmy said Pan Trimbago might be cutting one check. Yes, but the bands are paying these players personally from band to player. Andre says, so have they been able to elaborate on why it's happening? Jimmy says Pan Trimbago is playing players who are registered too. If you ain't registered, you're not getting no money. And Jimmy, you need to come online. Do I need to invite you? Bands need to register you for you to get more than one check from them. There you go. Because I'm telling you, if I was extremely talented, I'm not saying that I'm not, but I'm saying to that extreme where I can play with multiple bands in such a short period of time to know their song, their what 8 minute song arrangement. I would play for 20 bands if I could. Once and for all, Pancho Bago is paying players and the band is paying players. Yeah, you need to let him know because he maybe dealt with that. I want to say that happened like oh, I don't even want to put a year to it, but it happened a long, long time ago, and just got deterred and didn't go back. But that has changed. That has definitely changed. Or else we wouldn't see the same people playing with 20 bands. So there is that. You should have been doing that. I, here's the thing: if you won't know unless you're watching Panorama because they're literally always in the front row, and they literally change their shirts. They go off the stage, change their shirt, and come right back on, and they're always in the front row. Always, they're always on. I know one guy's always on the left side of the stage all the time. Well, his right, our left. So you should go. You should be going this. You could go right now. So I said, I think you couldn't play with multiple bands in the same category, but they always found a way around that. I know it's lots of people at home that play in multiple bands and in each category right now. Yeah, definitely. I don't know there was I don't know his name, but if I see his face, I know who it is. He played with two bands, I believe, in the single pan, and I think he's playing for two bands in small, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but yeah. So I said, "You're right, Danny. The whole process of playing, come off stage, change, short, and come right back on." Yep. Correct. Andre said correctly, Latoya. Just as an arranger can't arrange for more than one per band per category. That is correct. Tijuana says it's most famous to play in multiple bands in single pan and small. Large, not so much. Large bands are serious about loyalty. That is a fact. Large, you can only play for like one, unless you're really liked. You probably play for two, but large band, they're really strict on that. Small, medium, single, small, and medium, you can play for multiple. They don't care. They just need the numbers. But for large, yeah, they're serious about loyalty. Again, like I said, unless you're very well liked and and they know what you can do, you can you can play for at least two large bands. Tijuana says, but it is a true skill to play for multiple bands for finals. Switching clothes in a short space of time. Jason Lucas saying, "Go on again." That is that is true. You see people holding uniforms on the side. Yep. Andre says, long time in the small and medium bands. We're looking for players. Now someone mentioned there's a saturation of musicians, so they need to clamp down and double and sometimes triple dipping. Lucas men drinking rum. Yes, they need. Yeah, they're definitely drinking rum. Yeah, Apple J, please. Slight ice. Punch in. All right. What would I be drinking? I'd probably do a rum. I'd probably do rum. I would probably do rum on the side of the stage. I don't know if I could do punch in. I don't know if I could do that. Rum had to keep me up. For those that just joined, what are your thoughts on the arrangements this year? Because I we talked about it for a bit earlier. Um, how a lot of the arrangements sound very similar. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that? Um, you could say that, Andre. You could say I'm sipping on some cocoa tea. You could say that. You could. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Because there's a lot of things happening in the pan community. I don't like to say fraternity because I feel like that's like I don't know. I don't feel I don't feel that's right. I feel like we're a community because we all should unite, unity, community, um, and elevate pan to where it should be or needs to be. Because I feel like pan can go a lot further. It's just the beginning of what we can do with pan. Side note: do you guys think Mr. Montano is going to play for Deltones? I think that's the band he'll play for. Deltones. Do you think that that's going to be a thing? Because he is slowly starting to learn to play pan. Just a thought. Just a thought. You guys let me know. Honor says I won't name any names, but I think this tendency to sound the same has landed in a particular arranger's ear, and I think they'll have a different approach to the arrangements this year. Hmm. Okay. You think so? I thought about that too, but we'll see. He's gonna go play mass, and that's final. Gonna play for Renegades. Okay. Wait, do you know that for a fact, or are you just saying the same band Andre Rose? Don't want to call up. Oh man. Hello, Kyle. Good evening. And on. Yeah. So I don't know if you heard his arrangement for Alone Jimmy. Um, Cass ain't going to play pan. Cass ain't not playing pan. Nah. Um, what was I gonna say? All is well. Just here, chilling, having some interesting conversations. Um, I was gonna ask, did anyone listen to? Not gonna name any names. Arrangement for small band. Did anyone listen to that? Because I personally don't think his arrangement changed a lot. Although this is the prelims, he may change it up for the semis because he made the semis. It's a done deal. He made the semis already. And I briefly heard Fascinators tonight. They sounded really good. I was impressed. Again, the antics with the arrangers needs to stop. It's taking away from the music. It's just how I feel. Small bands all sound the same to me. Okay, okay, okay. That is fair. There, mm, some of I wouldn't say they all sound the same. I see I see what you're saying, but some of them you can tell that they're trying to sound different. Except for Andre also said, except for one which was small, then small man they tried. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Some band, yeah. It's and Vanessa Hudley, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like there are there are bands you can tell, especially in small band, who the arrangers are. There's not a lot of big arrangers in small band, I don't think, but you can tell the difference. And I would advise, okay, next time you listen to small, I would advise, no shade, no tea. Kyle said, I hardly listen to steel bands since most arrangers have put their egos over the song choice and the players. Yeah, some. What I would advise you guys to do, because I started doing this, listen to all the small bands that have played so far and don't watch the video, just listen to the audio and give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. That's what I started doing. I'm not watching the videos anymore. I'm just listening to the audio. So I implore you guys to do that and let me know. Back to um, Kyle's comment. Why do you think arrangers have decided to put 10, 100% is all about ego, is what I've noticed. Egos or ego is always over music, and I don't understand it, and I don't know why. But why do you think ego is, I don't want to say taking over because that's the wrong word, but I, I kind of want to say it, but I don't want to say it at the same time. His ego is getting in the way of what should be happening. You can tell me if I'm wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I wouldn't feel hurt about it. You guys let me know. Is ego getting to be too much for Pan in general? No one's humble anymore. No one's thinking about players anymore. It's all about, I get it. Winning is nice, but should the players come first or the music come first? Let me know. Want to come on and talk? Just let me know. It's all about the ego and the arranger. Kyle says a lot of things influence this behavior. Okay, do you want to expand on that? Don't get me started. I've been No, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Why not? It actually started in 2010. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Why not? Kyle said I would like to, but I don't want to put anyone on blast. You can say it. I won't say the name. It'll just be it's just only a few of us in here anyway. Or you can just X out the name. You can just say so and so. Da 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 da. You could just make a general statement. Go ahead, Kyle. It's it's only seven. Well, yeah, seven people in here. Yes, go right ahead. It's only a small group of us, so if you don't want me to read it, I won't read it. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Say John Doe. There you go. Cal said, however, it's not only the steel pan community, it's a cultural misalignment. Hmm. Okay. You need to expand on this. I feel like you need to come on. Invite yourself. And come on. Just so you don't have to type it out. You can just say it. And you can just say John Doe. We celebrate mediocrity. Mediocrity. Okay. Okay. You need to elaborate. You need to let it out. Let us know what you're talking about. Let us know. Must be a long thing. You're typing. So I'm just finding some music here. It's coming. It's coming. I'm finding stuff. I'm finding stuff. It's coming. There we go. It's coming. So right now we're listening to prelims of this year. This right now is Golden Hands. Yes, Kyle. We want to expand.
Oh God. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
All right. It's the first time I'm doing this, actually.
That's okay. That's okay. That's
I'm
okay.
in bed.
That's fine. That's fine.
I didn't.
So do you want to expand? Sorry, just answer Andre. Yes, it's on YouTube right now. If you go
Sorry?
to no, Andre just asked if the prelims is on YouTube. So I Am Living Life, Trish, is live in Tobago right now. So you can go watch that after this though. After this. Okay.
God.
How are you?
I didn't even know that it's on YouTube, you said?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah.
Then I'll be careful.
Cool, cool. So
Yeah,
thoughts.
actually,
I need you to
exactly what you want to hear.
I
Because I
want to
think,
hear it all. I want to hear it all. I want to hear your thoughts on what you were talking about because I feel like you had a lot to type. I just wanted you to say it so you don't have to type it.
yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be general because if I start to highlight things, it's at the point. I don't have to call names,
Mhm.
but it will be obvious.
Okay.
But I will stay on the general aspect of things because it's a little safer, and I
Hmm.
don't want to division as we already divided already. However,
Oh,
I don't want to be
bear with
misunderstood
me. I don't know
as
what
being
happened.
judgmental, but it's just pure observation. So I am in the pan world. That's for context. I'm in the pan world for over 30 years
Hmm.
and stopped participating over 15 years for the exact same reasons people are feeling now with the concerns. Um, in regard to the ego, when I say the ego, you can't kill the ego. Ego is part of your whole human makeup. But that's where you place it is make things difficult. So if you make the ego lead, you get what you get. So now you get the gimmicks, the over flamboyant energy kind of thing.
Right.
Um, Nothing is wrong with being flamboyant and having presentations,
Hmm.
but when being a judge at some point in times in my career, when I look at the criteria of Panorama, like presentation is 10 points
Right.
and everything else is very musical. So I never really get the fathom what was the whole deal with presentation and Panorama.
Right.
I know it's also a show from a marketing standpoint, so you have to get things done in a particular way.
Hmm.
If those things are outlined clearer to steel bands and players, they will understand this is an advertising situation, and that's the way. But that's not clear. No, that's a whole rabbit hole by itself because people image and like for different things, and that has never been sorted out. And I don't play
Right.
with that too,
Right.
because millions are being made, children and people with the participation in Panama. However, when it comes down to music, over the years, and let me just use one arranger in particular, like after Clive Bradley passed,
Hmm.
things went downhill.
Right.
Things went downhill musically. I'm not saying that he was the only great one, but he was a very significant player in the steel band. His
Hmm.
gimmicks was related to music because the way he would dance in front of Despers, he wasn't conducting Despers. It's impossible to conduct a whole band where the rhythm section can't see you, section can't see you. So that's a whole weird cut at one.
Right.
It fools the people also. But when Bradley was doing it, Bradley was doing it because he was enjoying what he arranged, and he was pleased by his players too. So you could
Hmm.
see those two elements coming up when you see Bradley perform.
Right.
After he passed, there were there was something. There was a little lull in.
Oh, I think we're losing you. Think we lost them. Oh,
And then
we lost you for a bit.
I could call this name because I said this. I said this in an interview some years ago. I say
Right.
when Duvon came on the scene, arrangements, not the arrangement, the choice of songs that he started to
Yeah,
use
we're back. We're back. We're
made
good.
the
Yeah.
hear me now. So when which part I
Um,
got cut off from?
when Clive Bradley passed and everything changed. This is kind of where we lost you for a bit.
Right. Um, there was a dull spot after Bradley passing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I said this in some other interview.
Oh, oh, we lost him again. We're losing you. Maybe come out and come back in. Oh, I think we lost him. We lost him. But he does have some points there though. He does have some points. Hopefully we can get him back. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on what he said so far? What are your thoughts on what he said so far? Because he did make some good points. Okay, let's see if this works. Well, we're talking about a lot of things, Spencer. We're talking about a lot of things. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Oh, say it again. You are back.
Back.
You're a little bit delayed, but you're back. I think it's your internet. Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Hello, you hear me?
Oh,
All right. Let me
you're in and out now.
have you
Might be your Wi-Fi.
on the people thing all over the world.
You're in and out. You're in and out. Let's try it. Oh, yeah. I think we. Yeah, you're in and out. Yeah, your Wi-Fi is unstable. Uh oh, we might have it. We might have it. We might. We might have it. You could try. We'll see how far we can
Is that
go.
better?
Yeah. Your
I don't know
Wi-Fi
what's
might
going
just be
on.
unstable. Oh, yeah. You're
I'm right
in. You're
next to
good.
the
I think you're good right
box.
now.
I don't know what's going on. Am I in? Or am I good now?
Okay.
Yeah.
You can try it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Maybe it is. The weather's kind of bad on
Sorry?
my side today. You know? Okay. So just to make the long story short, as Vaughn came on the scene,
Oh no. We're getting bits and pieces. Oh no, we lost him. We lost him. Okay. We're gonna we're gonna recap. So I'm just gonna go back to what we were talking about because we were talking about a lot of things. So we're talking about ego in Pan. Is ego taking over more than the players? Are the arrangers more interested in winning? What do we think is happening when it comes to Panorama? Yeah, yeah, it's okay. We tried. We tried. um, yeah, we're talking. We covered a lot of topics in a short amount of time, but yeah, we're. You guys can refresh my memory because I do believe we're talking about egos within arrangers and just in pan in general. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what we were talking about. Um, Panorama is not the same anymore, only because um, the arrangers are focused on winning and how a majority of the arrangers sound the same. And what else did we cover? We also covered um, Andre said competition has shifted. It's all about choreography. Toy said it's definitely not the same anymore. I agree. It's not the same. What we need to bring back is the people that are watching to be on the stage again. I think that needs to change. If the people that paid their money go back on the stage, the vibe will change. The vibe will definitely change. Um, but yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find more of the prelims for you. Let's see if I can find one for you. So right now this is Alpha Allen Pioneers. Okay, let's see if this will work again. Perhaps the judging categories also need to be updated. Okay. Updated to what? So are we taking away performance, or are we making that a smaller value and putting um, musicianship higher? What do we want to change in the judging categories? Or what should change in the judging categories? Hello, good evening. Good evening. Perhaps competition should be updated in real time. Okay, how so? What should be updated? Try it one more time.
Here.
Try it one more time. You are
Am I here now?
here.
Good.
Oh,
I changed my
okay.
phone.
All right. Go for it.
Yeah. That's. Well, let me just before I was hearing bits and pieces of where you are. So let me just connect it quick. As I said, after Bradley transitioned, and there was this little dead spot in our panorama events. Duvon came, and when Duvon came, he came in a time where voice was like a new attraction to the soca game, and he made that decision to play one of the popular songs. Now remember, before years before, people were playing these
Yeah.
songs from the past,
Yeah.
a lot of songs from the past, and neglecting the current song, which was a weird thing because that was
Right.
never happening before. It was like we reached that stage where we were playing popular songs or you're creating songs for your band, and then we move out of from that, and then we start doing old songs, which was just strange. Then Bradley came, made a whole pretty standard high, and I don't think anybody reached that
Right.
standard yet. And when he transitioned, there was this dead period, and then boom, Duvon did what was right, played songs that are relevant to now. So because you have a lot of youth
Yeah.
playing the instruments, so they will also connect with the song that
Right.
they know. So that became a thing. So what happened to, because of the euphoria of that energy and the alignment, at that time it was perfect. It it was
Yeah.
perfect, and it brought back life to the panorama. It brought a new attraction to the panorama. However, a lot of things started to get exposed as the years went by.
Right.
Now, those who know knows, but again, a lot of shortcomings that was always there started to surface as things had progressed. Unfortunately, it remained that way and it became the
Right.
standard. So when that became a standard, it's a hard thing to go and tell somebody, well, yeah, the band was energetic, but it didn't fit the criteria of the judging. Now, a lot of people don't know, a lot of players don't know the judging criteria because some of the bands don't even explain that to the
Interesting.
players. So when the players don't know that, especially when they have some of the bands don't even know the type of players they have. They just know that they could play the instrument well, but they don't even know that some of these players are musically inclined at a different level and might have a different interest, and they're listening to what the
Right.
arranger is doing. So example, that could be a very direct example. You might hear a arranger putting some chords together, and because you have some knowledge, you might not let them know. You realize like they may be misvoicing something. You might, why you put that on the double
Right.
guitar, or why you put that on the triple cello, and whatever. But then you go on stage and you realize, okay, it didn't matter because now the band is euphoric, fireworks shooting up. The man in front there is the
Yeah.
star, and the name of the band is bigger than what the
Right.
players are, and it reflects on everything else because when steel band players had to get paid, they get paid months
Right.
after, but the arranger get paid before on stage. The sponsors are known, the trophies are given to the band, but the players still left undone. And I'm one that was very adamant about that. I was from a player level to administrative level, and I left that. I walked away in the zenith of that in my career, in that steel band
Right.
career. And I was like in my early 20s when that happened, and it's like I
Right.
couldn't do that. However, not everybody will have that kind of fortitude to make those kind of decisions, especially when it's sweet. Trust me,
Yeah.
it was a sweet time. I came out of the year when Bradley was doing In My House, picture on my wall. That was like, what is going on here? So when you telling me, like, yo, all I need to come back in the pan scene is like, I wish you guys come back in the real pan scene, and not because of
Right.
music, it's because of the integrity of it too. The integrity of other things. Where your costume didn't mean more than having your rubbers wrapped properly or having the right sticks for your
Right.
instrument. Understanding which pan you want. I stopped hearing those kind of conversations in bands. It's like, this pan I'm playing here is not the right pan because if nobody cares, once I get into play, I'm being on TV. So the American culture fits in well with that in
Right.
everything. But we're talking about pan in regard to the cameras you're on TV, the newspapers, and then especially this year when they announced the pan as the national instrument, that changed the whole political landscape and social
Yeah.
landscape of the instrument. Now, on a private level, now we have parents. I teach privately. That's my
Right.
life. And I do music, I perform, I do my thing in my way. However, this year, all of a sudden, and I talk about we only about 2 weeks, 3 weeks end of January. I have an influx of students coming in. And the parents are asking me to just have the children drive because one, they're attracted to what I just do with my
Right.
style, one. But mostly above that, they want their child to do what Joshua does do. They want to be on Panorama, and they want, that's the
Right.
highest level. But I know you could use a good teacher, kind of. Can you teach my child to do that? No, I say, yeah, I could teach your child to do that and more. But when I say the word more now, their mind can't fathom what
Right.
more is. and they don't even know the value of more because that's not you're not seeing that
Right.
much. And I've been saying this like, okay, I might be doing innovative things. That's cool. I know what I'm doing. I'm also keep asking my fellow musicians, please start to do your thing. Focus on you too because they need
Yeah.
more of us. We need the diversity. Because if it only have us, only have me or other two people doing something, that's not a market. So put yourself on a promoter's
Yeah.
standpoint, and I have to hire a partners to do a concert, and it's only him alone doing that. He not bringing no audience. He not putting money in my pocket with my venue for my drinks for my license. It need to
Yeah.
make sense on all levels.
100%.
But when we keep having this cycle, this weird cycle that we in here, we don't even know what's really going on. Because, okay, example, I will call that name Joshua. Nothing is wrong with what Joshua is doing because Joshua is not really claiming to be the best pan player.
Right.
He never said that. I would never
Right.
dog him for that. He's a content creator that
Yeah.
using the instrument. And people need to understand that. And those who want to bash him, don't bash him like that. If you don't like how we display, fine. Everybody
Yeah.
have their preference. But he's a content creator. And that's the
Right.
world we live in now. If you don't want to be in that world, then create your world. I don't like to just be complaining. You must have a reference of what
Right.
you say. So in regard to the ego is influenced. Some of it is intentional, some of it is voluntary too. Because that's how some personalities are. And they got the opportunity to express it and being protected by states, being protected by the current consciousness that we have in the
Right.
country. And we are transporting Trinidad consciousness to the United States, to London, to Canada, to all parts of the world where people started to play pan and just dancing like mascots.
I wouldn't say all,
You understand?
but some of them are.
No, no, no. No, no, I'm not saying all. I'm not saying
Right.
all either. I'm not saying that's
Right.
happening. It's happening and it's never happened. It never happened like that before because social media, when you go on social media and you click it on Steve Band players, you're going to see a type of
Yeah.
players. And nothing's wrong in what they're doing, but you're going to see
Yeah.
a lot of them. And then those who are doing other levels of it, and I said higher, just doing other levels of it, just different things of it. You're seeing
Yeah.
less of that. The algorithm not
Right.
reading that. So the reason why the algorithm wouldn't read that because most of us are not really following the content creator template. So that is something that we need to understand. If you want to have that social media presence, then I think you should go and talk to Joshua. Joshua will
Right.
give us some good ideas. But if you know you want to push music, you want to be an artist, and push your music, study music marketing, study yourself, study your craft, study your brand, and follow your brand, and be patient. Now, doing that will tame your ego.
Okay.
If you go any other route, a content creator is an egotistic
It
art
is.
form.
It is.
It's based on selfness. Remember, you and your camera going performing whole day. That's why. I said this thing already. It was okay. I was like, that's his
Yeah.
personality too. That's why Duvon, when he's even in a prelim, semis, or finals, you wouldn't just find CNC3 footage or TTT footage or TV6 footage. You'll find his phone placed at the side, and you'll see him marketing that because he is a
Right.
content creator too. So there's nothing wrong with what he's doing. He's on the content creator game. That's why this last ad, that's ad I saw the day before yesterday with Renegades, and then I see
Yeah.
Marshall on it. That was like, okay, this is another style. You can't fight that. What is unfortunate about that though, and I will say it openly, and
Yeah.
thanks for giving me the
Of
opportunity,
course.
because I don't want this to be the model for the future, because it tears us
Yeah.
apart. It tears us apart. It tears us apart. We don't even see it until it really started to happen. No, Marshall going to be president. It's not the first time Marshall president Steel Bands. He
Yeah.
did it with Deltones last year. It just didn't. It
Yeah.
just didn't work. No, that have a whole story
Right.
behind it. No, no, he's going to align himself with entities that's very
Mm-hmm.
similar. So it might work. My thing is, will this mean that the other bars are just going to compete for second place?
Pretty much.
Because it seems like the is it because it seems like it's in a trend where it's already done
Yeah.
sealed. It's been marketed that way. That's like how Marshall marketed his Calypso last
Mm-hmm.
year. It was clear already. Like he's going to. It was
Right.
not competition. It was a performance to complete a
Right.
cycle,
Okay.
and he had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He had to do it. So so it's the same thing. So again, Marshall does what he has to do
Yeah.
because we allow him to do it. I respect what man have to do, but we have to respect ourselves. If we stand for
Mm-hmm.
something, study it and then defend it. Don't defend something you don't
Yeah.
understand. That's why I could say all I could say, and they could say what they want about me, but I
Mm-hmm.
know where I stand. I know where I stand. I know what I'm protected by. So in this panel, it is very
Mm-hmm.
dangerous to talk your mind because everybody feel you're fighting them down, but you're not fighting them down. Why would one spend time to exert that energy and understanding if they want to fight it down? No, we
Yeah.
care. It's love.
Yeah.
And we need to stop classifying love and concern with fight down. So something is wrong with our consciousness. I think our consciousness is still part of community, which is a very important part of our fabric in
Mm-hmm.
Trinidad, is falling apart in the most spectacular way.
Okay.
And that's why we can't see it falling
Right.
down. It's being done in a magnificent way because it have lights and cameras and videos and things to go
Mm-hmm.
behind it.
So my question to you: if Despers did the same thing what Renegades did with Cass before Renegades did what they did, do you think Despers would come first?
No, Despers don't have that
Okay.
brand. It wouldn't
Okay.
align. Kes and Despers brand are like Kes don't represent the hill.
Okay.
I'm from
Right.
Superior and I understand I grew up in
Right.
Mova, right? So Kes is not Lavender.
Okay.
We
Okay.
had to be clear about that. So it wouldn't reflect that. Even if it's doing a cocoa, if somebody chooses to do cocoa tea or choose to do energy
Mm-hmm.
for Michael Tisha, it's based on the song
Right.
and popularity. But to say Kes going and stand with Despers, that's not gonna look
Okay.
right. That's not gonna look right for his
Okay.
brand. That's not his base.
Right.
There's a lot of things to consider. But if Kes stand with Phase
Mm-hmm.
2 or Invaders, Silver
Right.
Stars, that might look right.
Okay.
That might sound right. Everything will
Okay.
align. So with Marshall, I think with the peculiar thing about Marshall is Marshall could fit in a lot of places because soca used to be a everybody
Right.
thing. But right now soca has boxed itself into 35 and over
Mm-hmm.
brackets in
Mm-hmm.
our demographic. It's an old genre. And most soca artists don't want to accept that.
Right.
It's an old they have turned it into an old
Mm-hmm.
genre. Youths don't listen to soca
Right.
as we used to. No, there's a song that is very huge right now that bigger than all these songs that I don't want to admit is
Mm-hmm.
Young Brother song. Um, greatest
Bent
band
over.
over
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. I
Something like that.
think
Yeah.
right. No, this is the thing that we had to look at. The reason why this song is huge is because anytime you see children loving a song,
Mm-hmm.
it's gone. You
Yeah.
can't stop that. But they're not loving this song because it's a good soca song. They're loving this song because it's
Mm-hmm.
Young Brother.
Yeah.
Because outside of Carnival, Young Brother always singing in
Mm-hmm.
the head.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's Young Brother that carrying the song more than the
Yeah.
song carrying him. And not taken away from Full Blown and the
Mm-hmm.
writing, and not taking that away. It's really a good
Mm-hmm.
song. But to be honest, his brand is
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
with the youths. And you can listen to the rhythm. The rhythm have the zest.
Mm-hmm.
The zest. No, no, not
No.
Trinidad Killer, Rasta. It's
Yeah.
it's it's Young
Right.
Brother. Young not,
Young
not Young Brother.
brother.
Young Brother.
Brother. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a lot of things to I mean, I could be blabbering, but there's a lot of things to bear in mind about the culture where it's at. It's really mixed up. It's a web right now. And you have to just take a little look and understand where it came from and look at where it is now, and it's very clear what's happening. For
Right.
me, I understand what's going on. I see what's
Right.
happening, and it's a natural thing. It needs to happen because right now a lot of light is being shed worldwide. So when light is being shed, a lot of things will surface,
Right.
and sometimes sugar, honey, iced tea, there's float on the top.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
so we all of that is part of it. It's part like when the body is given off with a detoxin, you get pimples and these things just come out, your vomit and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So we will see some of that too. That don't mean that it's not trying to diminish people's work or not like that, but that's part of the process to make things great again. And I don't know if we will see that in our lifetime, the greatness of the culture, because when I do the timeline check, it's
Yeah.
fairly young. And I felt like we had a premature death in the culture and in society too, and it took us a little 30 years back. And this is from a more anthropology kind of standpoint,
Right.
looking at it. And to go back to where we left off, Marshall is trying to do it with his music, with his current stuff.
Yeah.
He's trying, but it would not come from him. It will always come from a child.
Okay.
That's just a natural thing in life. It would never come from that. Not from we just had to maintain our principles, but the real change will come from children, and we have to be responsible in creating that bridge to show them their other paths. So being different, being unique, being yourself will help them to see different options. Right now, we're giving them one, or they're trying to give them one. They're trying to give them, but no, it wouldn't work.
Okay.
It
Some
wouldn't
good.
work.
Some good.
That's just my
No, that's
my
good
take.
points.
That's my take.
That's good points for sure. We will definitely have to take that away and maybe come back next week and continue it because I've been on for like an hour and a half.
Okay, so
Yeah, no.
sorry, all right then. Well,
It's good.
thanks for having
No,
me.
thank you. Thank you for expanding on what you were saying earlier, and I think it's something that needs to be definitely talked about. So if you're available next week, we'll talk.
I'll
Okay.
do my best. Yeah, right.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. I know
Later.
Tobago Panorama or prelims is going on, so I won't take you too long from that, so you guys can join in on that. Have a good night. I just want to appreciate you guys for joining me every time I come on and sending me love and encouragement to continue this and all the great messages I've been receiving. So I appreciate you guys. We're going to have an amazing 2025, and I can't wait to see what you all are going to be doing for this year. So have a good night, and I will see you hopefully maybe next week.
Same to you.
And it was great talking to you, Kyle. We need to do this more often.
You too. Yes. Let's call.
Okay, all
I
right.
can organize better.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.